I'm not a bouncer. I know I'm big looking. I know I'm tall. 6 foot, pretty sure I'm 6'1" to 6'2". I'm like the green giant from the off the bag of peas. I'm not intimidating, or at least I don't think I am. Would anybody actually be able to find this face intimidating? I don't think so. I'm as soft gets, okay? Hello everybody, this is your friendly neighborhood weirdo Rufus. Today we're just going with something simple. It's not often that I actually talk about what's gone on in my past. I don't usually have very interesting things to be talking about, but this one, I'll let you all know right now. This one was oddly enough one of if not probably the only really weird direct issues that I have run into. So here's the thing, I'm not typically a very confrontational person, believe it or not. However, one thing I do have to say is that this is one of them things that even to this day stuns the hell out of me. Here you go, a little bit of a story time about your good old buddy Rufus. Going around town with my mother looking for Christmas presents. We go to one of my local malls. My town, oddly enough, my small city has several malls, and as we're walking throughout the place, my ma goes to the local Bath and Body Works. Now, what you need to understand is this is like just about a week before Christmas. And not only is the mall packed, this Bath and Body Works had the biggest amount of inventory you would ever think a Bath and Body Works should even have in their store. You go in front of the Bath and Body Works, right? You have less than 2 to 3 feet of room to finagle yourself through. There are so many shelves stocked with so much product that being a bigger person, fitting yourself in there was a no-go. This is one of them little spaces where in order to fit properly, you'd have to be like 130 pounds rather than something like the normal 150 for an American. Like, I'm talking, you had to be skinnier than a normal person in order to fit into these shelves. I was not going in there. I'm a big person, obviously. You guys can tell I'm a big person. There was no going into the store for me. So I waited out front for my mother to come back. Little did I know this would lead to a confrontation. So for some reason at the time, they have the velvet ropes and they have the fake velvet ropes around the front of the entrance for some reason. There's really no reason for them to be there because oddly enough, despite the mall being packed, there really wasn't a lot of people going to the Bath and Body Works. Probably because that Bath and Body Works, of how little space there was in that Bath and Body Works, nobody wanted to go into that place for that. Oddly enough, people started stopping in front of me. I didn't know this was happening at first. I was just sort of piddling around there, minding my own business, but I was like there in front of the ropes. So my wildest guess was people thought I was an employee. I wasn't wearing any sort of costume. I wasn't even wearing like a mall employee outfit or a Bath and Body Works employee outfit. Nothing but casual clothing. Little did I know, people for some reason thought I was a bouncer keeping people from going into the place, or like they wanted to bypass like this spot, the damn ropes for some reason instead of going around me like they could have. It's not like the whole lane, the whole area where you could pass from one end of the mall to the other was blocked by ropes. They could have easily just gone around my Once I realized there's people waiting on me, I'm like, go on ahead, come on, go on ahead. And they move. And then another, it happens again. And then it happens again. And I'm like, what's going on here? And while at first I'm kind of confused, once I realized that I kind of started getting a little annoyed, I'm like, the hell do they think I am? I'm not guarding the damn place, go. I'm starting to get a little, just a tiny smidgy bit annoyed because I was really starting to wonder about people's logic. I do not look like a bouncer. I do not look like an employee at this business. People keep wanting to stand there acting like I'm the fucking bouncer of the Bath and Body Works. And then comes the problem person. So after this bunch of people pass by themselves, I'm kind of starting to get a little testy. That's what I'm wondering, like maybe that had been the problem, is because I was looking a little bit testy there. But this guy walks up to me all angry and hissy, and he's like got this attitude going on him, like he's looking deliberately for a confrontation. And he and his little piddly little girl. This dude looks, by the way, this guy looks like he's in his late 30s at this point. She still looks like she's in her 20s. This guy walks up to the rope with his girlfriend, and I'm like, go on ahead. Seriously, go on ahead. And then the guy, both of them decide to, instead of going to the bathroom and Body Works, well, this dude and this girl comes up. I'm like, go on ahead, move, please. I don't actually say that, okay? I don't say that because I'm nice. I like to think that I'm kind in my everyday life. I'm not even saying nothing. I'm not even really giving them any sort of look. I'd imagine my look is mostly just like a blank. And this guy walks up to me like, what's the look on your face? He's like starting to get up and make confrontation with me. I do not even give him a reaction because, like, at this point, I am so done with people's. I don't say nothing, but I do. At this point, I'm pretty sure I did. At this point, like, give him a look. I gave him a blank look, like I just gave him the seriously look. Apparently, he didn't like that, so he starts like putting up his dukes a little, acting like he wants to, throw hands. He never does because I don't think he's that freaking stupid, but then he starts doing the weird flinchy thing. What's it called? I think it's called the flinch test. He starts getting up and like putting up his dukes and goes, that whole, just flinch, trying to get me to flinch. I don't have any reaction to it. None. I'm still blank bored. I'm done. I am annoyed. I am like starting to kind of get frustrated at how long my mother's taking in this damn store. And eventually I think his girlfriend started to realize that I'm not really one to be messing around with, because now his girlfriend's like, come on, grabbing onto his arm, trying to pull him away from me. And it's like, because she can see the look on my face. I don't give two shakes of a lamb's tail of whether or not this guy trying to intimidate me, basically. It's dead, like damn near. It's dead in the middle of winter, basically. It's not even a week to Christmas, and this guy comes up to me like I'm a barrier to ascend or something. Like I'm a barrier to push past. Eventually, she manages to drag this guy away from me, over to like the side of the mall that has the food court. Oddly enough, I'm pretty sure that's where most of the people were at the time, was at the food court, and mostly because they actually had some pretty good options there, like Panda Express and stuff like that, Chinese restaurant stuff, and pizza. They also had like a Pizza Hut in there. Was it a Pizza Hut or was it Papa John's? I'm like, that whole time I'd been standing there for a good 15 minutes. At some point after the guy, it took less than a couple of minutes after this guy left for my mother to come back out of the store, because I'm pretty sure she heard the commotion. This whole time, I did not give a hoot. My mom got a couple of things out of the place, I guess. We just walked off because like the guy and his girlfriend were already gone at that point, and I'm not putting up with it. At that point, we just basically just leave, and oddly enough, encounter one of my aunts like up there, like somehow in the mall. Apparently, she was also doing her own Christmas shopping. What a coincidence! It'd be the exact same damn mall. But yeah, that whole time, I was so confused. Why are people? I'm not a bouncer. I know I'm big looking. I know I'm tall. 6 foot. Pretty sure I'm 6'1" to 6'2". I'm like the green giant from the off the bag of peas. I'm not intimidating, or at least I don't think I am. Would anybody actually be able to find this face intimidating? I don't think so. I'm as soft gets, okay? I really am. This is something I didn't even look like the way I do today at that time. I still looked like I was a teenager. But yeah, that was that short little story. Thank you all for watching. I know this is a bit of a ramble, but I wanted to get it out because, like, at some point I do want to be able to get to editing it. The logic of the logic, man. I'll never get it. I'll never get it. Yeah, thank you all. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.